Komisioner Uni Eropa untuk Urusan Dalam Negeri dan Migrasi, Magnus Brunner menyebut lebih dari 70.000 migran melintasi wilayah Ceuta dalam waktu singkat pekan lalu, memicu krisis keamanan perbatasan terbesar yang dihadapi kawasan tersebut. Berbicara di Brussel, Brunner mengatakan Uni Eropa telah melewati ujian setelah gelombang kedatangan migran tidak berhasil masuk ke wilayah Schengen dan pengamanan perbatasan dapat segera dikendalikan. Menurutnya, kejadian tersebut dipicu oleh jaringan penyelundupan manusia serta penyebaran informasi palsu melalui media sosial. Ia menilai integritas perbatasan eksternal Uni Eropa mengalami tekanan besar akibat lonjakan kedatangan dalam jumlah besar. Krisis terjadi ketika puluhan ribu orang bergerak dari Maroko menuju wilayah enklav Spanyol, Ceuta, melalui jalur darat maupun laut. Otoritas melaporkan sedikitnya 72 orang meninggal dunia dalam upaya penyeberangan tersebut. Situasi ini memicu ketegangan politik di Eropa. Italia sempat memberlakukan kembali pemeriksaan perbatasan di kawasan Schengen, sementara Spanyol mengecam respon sejumlah negara anggota Uni Eropa yang dianggap tidak menunjukkan solidaritas. Uni Eropa kemudian menggelar pertemuan darurat para menteri negara anggota untuk membahas penguatan keamanan perbatasan, penanganan migrasi ilegal, serta strategi menghadapi krisis serupa di masa depan.
In a united manner and also draw the right conclusions from these events. This is also what we discussed today, of course. Maybe some sentences on the hard facts. First, the breach itself. Over 70,000 people, as you know, crossed in a matter of hours, fueled by criminal smuggling networks and also disinformation, social media disinformation. The integrity of our external border was placed, of course, under severe strain. That was the first hard fact. The second hard fact, 75 lives were lost. Families who will never see their loved ones again because criminals send people on dangerous journeys. And this is just not acceptable. And today we discussed how to avoid such incidents also in the future. What worked in the beginning is the response. First, Spain today again confirmed, as I said before, that practically all those who entered Ceuta have now returned. People did not cross from Ceuta into mainland Spain and into continental Europe. The integrity of the Schengen area was preserved, and that is the result of a sustained cooperation between Spain, Morocco, and the Commission over the recent days. And I want to acknowledge it clearly and thank Spain also and the administration in Ceuta for restoring order and to work closely with Morocco to ensure the swift returns. Secondly, our new European rules and on borders and on migration means we have a robust system in place to safeguard our security, to safeguard Europe's security. And this includes swifter procedures at the border, especially for countries on the EU list of safe countries of origin, like Morocco is. Morocco is part of this safe countries of origin list. And I also welcome the further deterrent action Spain and Morocco have taken to prevent additional illegal arrivals, including reinforced surveillance, for instance, of the maritime border. What are the lessons learned from this? This is also was one of the main discussions, of course, today as well. First of all, and we all agreed on that this morning, it's about the full implementation of our new rules. That is key, full implementation of the pact. European solidarity is at the heart of the European project, and Spain and its people can, of course, count on the enduring support of the Commission and the strength of our Union to overcome this current challenge. But we shouldn't make any mistake, of course. We will learn from this, definitely. We will also close the gaps, and we will keep protecting our external border altogether.
Will you increase the budget support for Morocco on migration, or will you rather delay ongoing negotiations for a comprehensive partnership? Thank you.
No, the negotiations on the comprehensive partnerships are, of course, ongoing. And what I just wanted to say is that migration is, of course, also part of these negotiations. This is pretty clear, and this has been like that in the last months, actually, and will be in the next months to come. So nothing has changed there. We know that there was interference from the smugglers and the human traffickers. We know that on social media, so misinformation altogether. But this has nothing to do with our negotiations with Morocco.
Just today we've heard that a dinghy carrying 157 migrants capsized after catching fire in the Channel. What is your understanding of the trend of increasing numbers of migrants packing onto just one boat?
Well, okay. Now I got the second question, and this is exactly what we say. We have to fight against the migrant smugglers and the human traffickers. This is just not acceptable what they are doing, and my assessment is that that's just, as I said, not acceptable. What happens on these boats, and especially the point that smugglers and human traffickers are actually exploiting the life of human beings is not acceptable, and that's what we have to fight against. Fight against the smugglers, fight against the human traffickers. We do that on different levels, as I said before, our global alliance, but also other points. So yes, we always rethink and reconsider our policy and our strategies. I think that's what we have to do, and especially on the visa part, with our new visa policy strategy, we are exactly going into that. What happens? What about the people remaining in Spain? Of course, this is the responsibility, of course, of Spain to ensure no one crosses into the European Union. That's one.
To what extent was Moroccan authorities involved before the migrants seized on Ceuta? Thank you.
Well, as I said before, and also sorry to repeat myself, is that this is part of our assessment, of course. And I said in the beginning, Spain especially looks into this, and the ongoing investigations in Spain are there of the matter. So I can't go into details there. Sorry, I can't say more on that. We have to wait for the outcome of the investigation. Now we have a system which we didn't have some years ago. This is a complete different situation now, because as I said before, Morocco is a safe third country. A safe country of origin, and that completely makes the difference also for returns, then, for being able to return people. So,
jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download Metro TV Extend sekarang.